All right, welcome to break number 130, the 6-box hobby case of 1213 Fleer Retro. Before you see a list of the winning bidders in tonight's break as we move all the way down the list to our big spender, which represents the person that spent the most money in this break, and that is Milkman92. Milkman92 is going to be getting some bonus cards for being the big spender. And we also give out some bonus cards for the person that owns the most teams, and this week it is Sean. 724.69 with 3 teams. So we got the winners list shown. Now let's get that last auction ended. I list my auctions alphabetically. The Minnesota Wild will always be the last team to end. Here you see it ended on July 19, 2013. 1757, winning bid of $20.99. And our high bidder for the Minnesota Wild is El Davo. So we got the last auction has ended. Now let's open up this case, number some boxes, and get cracking. Here is your 6-box hobby case of Retro. And here we go with that. There you go with the 6 boxes. And let's get them numbered. This will be box number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and box number 6. All right, so we got all the boxes numbered. Now remember that all cards from this break ship out. Every single card from this product will be in the mail on Monday. Just fell over. And move you guys back down over here. Get my little camera card stand here, and we're ready to rock. Good luck to everybody in this break. Too many boxes per master box, how you want to call it. And here we go, guys, with box number 1. Good luck. And here are our 2 mini boxes. I guess it doesn't matter which one we start with. We'll start with this one. 10 packs per mini box, I believe is the description. 3 autographs per mini box, it should be. 6 autographs per hobby box total. And there's all our packs for mini box number 1. Here we go. Pack number 1. And Fleer card of Tuukka Rask, Martin Brodeur, Jordan Eberle, Fleer Metal Universe for the Edmonton Oilers. I'm only going to highlight some of the nicer cards here, but don't forget all cards from this product are shipping. If anybody's watching, I probably want to show that to them too on camera. Jordan Eberle for the Edmonton Oilers. And Crosby Ultra and Fleer Taylor Hall for the Oilers. That is pack number 1. No autographs in that pack. Let's go on to pack number 2. And we got Theo Fleury for the Rangers. Jonathan Toews for the Chicago Blackhawks. Metal Universe. I did like these cards when they came out back in the day. Showing my age a little bit. Patrice Bergeron, Fleer Ultra. Alexander Ovechkin, Fleer. and a Ron Francis Hartford Whalers, and they will be going to, I believe the Whalers are the Carolina Hurricanes. Pack number 3, waiting for our first auto. Don't have access to the website while I'm doing this break here, so when we do pull an auto, I'm not going to be able to tell you how scarce or limited it is. I'm not there right now. Jeff Skinner Fleer for the Hurricanes. Here we have a Ryan Nugent Hopkins, a EX for the Edmonton Oilers. Ryan Nugent Hopkins, EX for the Oilers. Milkman 92. So he's got a nice Eberle and a Nuge so far. 0203 style, I should say. Ovechkin Ultra Card. And a Fleer of Ryan Nugent Hopkins also. So we are through pack number 3 with no autos yet. So I guess they're all going to come in bunches. Here we go with our next pack. Malkin for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Bobby Ryan for the Ducks, since departed. And here for the Philadelphia Flyers, we got a Claude Giroux Gold Team die cut. And this is not numbered. Giroux for the Penguins. Gold Team die cut. Hello, Gracie. Decided to sign in. Good evening, sir. Hope you haven't missed much. Ray Bork for the Bruins and Eric Stahl for the Hurricanes. Are you in this break, Gracie, or are you just visiting? Just watching. Well, do me a favor. Type in and see. Are you getting a lot of static? Because I made some adjustments on the camera. I clicked the right sound. So hopefully it controls the static problem that we were having last week. It's not coming in all garbled, is it? Yari Curry, Fleer for the Oilers. Eddie Belfour for the Blackhawks. And our first autograph. It is a autographics of Cam Atkinson for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Cam Atkinson for the Blue Jackets. Hello, Gracie. ALKLO. Good of you to join us. Not as bad, just slight. All right. Henrik Lundqvist for the Rangers and Brad Marchand for the Boston Bruins. I'll try and keep the voice down, I guess. Any Montreal? I don't believe so yet. Al, not yet. Doug Gilmour for the Leafs, Joe Pavelski for the Sharks, and our second autograph is a Matt Stajan Fleer Skybox autograph for the Flames, Calgary Flames. With a Matt Stajan autograph for Calgary. So that's auto number 2. Braden Holtby for the Capitals. Jason Spezza for the Senators. All right, so we hit 2 out of the 3 promised autographs. 3 packs to go. Looking for that third autograph that's supposed to be in this mini box. All right, Grant Fuhr for the Edmonton Oilers. Braden Shen for the Philadelphia Flyers. And here we have a diamond tribute of Jaden Schwartz. Very nice for the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues, Jaden Schwartz. And for the Blues, we got David Backes and Anze Kopitar for the LA Kings. Looks to be like 3 more there. Almost counted before. Kind of thin. One was hiding on me. Here we go with pack number 7. We got Marian Hossa for the Chicago Blackhawks. Nick Lindstrom for the Detroit Red Wings. And here is another autograph for the St. Louis Blues. It is a Rookie Sensations of Jake Allen. Jake Allen for the St. Louis Blues. I don't know what kind of signature that is. I can scribble on a card like that too. But Jarome Iginla for the Calgary Flames and Dale Hawerchuk for the old Winnipeg Jets. Not the new Winnipeg Jets. So that would be going to the Avalanche, I believe. Get confused sometimes. Adam Oates for the Boston Bruins. Here we have a Flair Showcase, Trevor Linden for the Vancouver Canucks. Row 2 for the Canucks, Trevor Linden. Is that good or bad? 92-93 style Zdeno Chara for the Boston Bruins. Bobby Hull for the Chicago Blackhawks. And Jonas Hiller for the Ducks. Good? Great. I don't want anybody having any static problems there online. This is our last pack for mini box number 1. And we got Drew Doughty for the Kings. Dominic Hasek for the Buffalo Sabres. And we have a Metal Universe of Gabriel Landeskog for the Colorado Avalanche. Landeskog Fleer Metal Universe for the Avalanche. And Marian Hossa for the Hawks. And Joe Sakic for the Colorado Avalanche. So that is mini box number 1. Let's get right into mini box number 2 of hobby box number 1. 10 more packs. And there they are. Alright, pack number 1. Here we go. Marc-Andre Fleury for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Steven Stamkos Metal Universe for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Metal Universe of Stamkos. No 3 autos out of that first mini box. I don't think any of them were tremendous. I'm not sure about these inserts, because I don't know how rare they are. Ryan Smith for the Oilers. Marcus Naslund for the Vancouver Canucks. So, the inserts I'm not sure about, because like I say, I don't know the rarity and the odds per pack of some of them coming out. But as far as the 3 autographs so far, no big names yet. Matt Duchene for the Colorado Avalanche. Pavel Bure for the Canucks. A Jonathan Quick Metal Universe for the LA Kings. And I'm just showing like the inserts on camera here, all the rest of the base cards and stuff, although everything ships out. I'm not showing the base cards on Justin TV. John Tavares for the Islanders. Thomas Vanek for the Buffalo Sabres. Next pack. Teemu Selanne for the Ducks. Here for the Boston Bruins, we got an EX of Tyler Seguin. EX Tyler Seguin for the Boston Bruins. The EX design. And Pecorine for the Predators. Nicholas Backstrom for the Washington Capitals. Next pack. Bobby Orr base card for the Boston Bruins. Ilya Kovalchuk for the New Jersey Devils. And here we have a Precious Metal Gems red for the Ottawa Senators of Jasa. Precious Metal Gems red, Jason Spezza for the Senators. Oh, and that is numbered. There we go. Numbering on the back of this card is 57 out of 100. 57 out of 100 on the Spezza. Jonathan Toews and Paul Coffey for the Oilers. Pavel Datsyuk for the Detroit Red Wings. Steven Stamkos for the Lightning. And we have an autographics for the Islanders. And this is Matt Martin. Matt Martin autographics for the New York Islanders. And base of Jordan Eberle and Eric Lindros. In our next pack, I believe that was the first auto for this mini box, if I'm not mistaken. Mario Lemieux base for the Penguins. Pekka Rinne base for the Predators. And another autographics for the Vancouver Canucks. We have Maxime Laperriere. Maxime Laperriere for the Canucks. Base of John Tavares for the Islanders and Jonathan Quick for the LA Kings. Still looking for two autos, I believe. Alexander Burrows for the Canucks. Matt Sundin for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And here for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby Ultra Stars. Crosby Ultra Stars. And I don't see any numbering on it for the Penguins. Crosby Ultra Stars for the Penguins. Crosby base and Curtis Joseph base for the St. Louis Blues. PK Subban for the Canadiens, Johan Franzen for the Wings, and an autographics of Steve Mason for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Steve Mason for the Blue Jackets. Lars Eller base for the Canadiens and Evander Kane for the Jets. Pack number 9. Dion Phaneuf base for the Leafs. Marian Gaborik for the Rangers. And here for the Oilers again, Taylor Hall Flair Showcase, row 2. Taylor Hall for the Oilers. And looking on the back of the card there, in the front, it's not numbered. We got a Maple Leafs Matt Sundin 92-93 Flair style base, and Trevor Linden for the Vancouver Canucks. And our last pack in our first hobby box. And we got a Wayne Gretzky base card for the Oilers. We got a Flair Showcase Sven Baertschi. Insert row 2. Section 1. Sven Baertschi for the Flames. Patrick Marleau Ultra style base card for the Sharks. Ryan Getzlaf for the Ducks. and Luc Robitaille for the Los Angeles Kings. So that is it for hobby box number 1. Going in box number 2. Here we go. Two mini boxes. Let's go with mini box number 1. Pack number 1. Base card, Stephen Weiss for the Panthers. Mikko Koivu, metal, precious metal, or Fleer metal, I should say, Metal Universe. Mikko Koivu for the Minnesota Wild. Here is a Carey Price 92-93 style Ultra base for the Canadiens. Bobby Clark and Cam Neely for the Bruins. Mike Modano for the Minnesota North Stars. Shane Doan for the Phoenix Coyotes. And for the Rangers, Mark the Moose Messier, Metal Universe. And this is not numbered anywhere, but the Moose for the Rangers. Carey Price for the Canadiens. And a regular base of Chris Stewart for the St. Louis Blues. Alex Pietrangelo for the St. Louis Blues. For the Chicago Blackhawks, EX Jonathan Toews. Jonathan Toews for the Blackhawks. EX style. For Chicago. Bobby Ryan for the Ducks of Anaheim. And Brett Hull base for the St. Louis Blues. Dustin Brown for the LA Kings. Erik Karlsson for the Senators. And for the Detroit Red Wings, a Pavel Datsyuk Golden Touch, I guess is what it's trying to say. Die cut from Skybox for the Detroit Red Wings. Pavel Datsyuk. Rick Nash base for the Rangers, and Alexander Burmistrov base for the Jets. Logan Couture for the San Jose Sharks base. Patrick Kane base for the Blackhawks. Autographics for the Nashville Predators of Ryan Ellis. Ryan Ellis for the Predators. Autographics. Carey Price for the Canadiens base. Mark Messier base for the Rangers. Dave Schultz for the Philadelphia Flyers. Terry O'Reilly for the Boston Bruins. And here for the Minnesota Wild, we have a rookie sensation Jason Zucker autograph. Rookie sensation Jason Zucker for the Minnesota Wild. Antti base for the Sharks, and Jaromir Jagr base for the Dallas Stars. Doug Wilson base card for the Hawks. Gabriel Landeskog base for the Avalanche. And an Intimidation Nation Sven Baertschi for the Calgary Flames. Intimidation Nation Sven Baertschi for the Flames. Patrice Bergeron for the Bruins, and Danny Heatley for the Minnesota Wild. Ryan Trottier for the Islanders. Derek Waugh for the Dallas Stars, and an autograph of Ben Scrivens for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ben Scrivens for the Leafs. Ryan Kessler for the Canucks, and Clark Gillies for the Islanders. Tuukka Rask for the Boston Bruins. Martin Brodeur for the New Jersey Devils. And here we have a Marc-Andre Fleury Flair Showcase, Row 2 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Marc-Andre Fleury for the Penguins. Antti Niemi for the Sharks. Older style Ultra Design. And a Phil Kessel base for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Last pack in mini box number 1 of hobby box number 2. Theo Fleury for the New York Rangers base card. For the Carolina Hurricanes, we have a Jeff Skinner Metal Universe, not numbered, for the Canes. Evgeny Malkin, old style Ultra Design for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Taylor Hall base for the Oilers, and Ovechkin base card for the Capitals. That is mini box number 1 of regular box number 2. And here we go with the second mini box. Now, I don't know if I talked to you guys about it last week, about staying away from a website online to purchase wax from. That's the way that came out of the box. Hopefully there'll be no damage to them cards. Anyway, I got scammed for $1,450 some odd dollars. Yes, I did. And the website was surfcitysportscards.net. surfcitysportscards.net. That place is a total scam. Brad Richards for the Rangers base. Jean Bellevue for the Canadiens base. And for the Islanders, we got a John Tavares Flair Showcase, Row 2 for the Islanders. Ordered some wax, never shipped. Song and dance from the owner every time I tried to contact him. Alex Ovechkin for the Washington Capitals, old style Flair. Anyway, I did some investigating after I made my purchase. Jamie Benn for the Dallas Stars. And anybody that ever orders from him, nothing ever gets sent. Nothing ever gets shipped. It's nothing but excuses and a scam. And I got taken for it. I wish I'd have done some more investigating before I made my purchase. But there is a happy ending. I got my money back from my credit card company. I just hope they put this guy out of business. Wayne Gretzky for the Oilers. And to everyone else, stay away from surfcitysportscards.net. Flair Showcase, Henrik Lundqvist for the Rangers, row 2. Yeah. Yep, I got my money back this week, thank God. What do we got here? Matt Duchene, full Blanche, 92-93 design. So, I guess there's a reason why his prices are unbelievably low. Because he doesn't have anything that he's selling in the first place, and he's just going to take your money. That was Getzlaff for the Ducks and Luc Robitaille for the LA Kings base. So, and I even talked to this guy on the phone, in person, before I placed my order. And just talking with him on the phone for about a half an hour. Everything seemed legit. This guy's got a smooth pitch. Everything's perfect. Phaneuf for the Leafs. Gabrick for the Rangers. And a rookie Sensations autograph for the Rangers. And it's Chris Kreider. Chris Kreider for the Rangers. There we go. The Rangers was not bid on. No bids for the Rangers. Jets, Evander Kane for the Jets and Trevor Linden for the Vancouver Canucks base card. So I felt especially stupid after talking with this guy on the phone. Felt confident about placing an order with his company because I never dealt with him before. And lo and behold, it's nothing but a scam. So hopefully I'll save any of you guys the trouble of dealing there. PK Subban for the Canadiens base. Johan Franzen base for the Red Wings. Intimidation Nation of Mario Lemieux for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So stay away from surfcity.net. Yeah, we could talk about it, during the week or whatever when I'm done with the break, Aaron. Curtis Joseph for the Blues, Lars Eller for the Canadiens. And our next pack, Alexander Burrows for the Canucks base, Matt Sundin for the Leafs. And here's another autograph. This is Josh Bailey for the New York Islanders. Josh Bailey for the Islanders. Blowout cards is good. LA Kings of Jonathan Quick and Sidney Crosby base for the Penguins. Blowout cards is good. They just don't have a lot of maybe older stuff that's still around. But I order from Blowout too. Actually, this is where this case came from Blowout cards. Mario Lemieux for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pecorine base for the Preds. And an autographics for the Philadelphia Flyers of Nicholas Grossman for the Philadelphia Flyers. Eric Lindros for the Philadelphia Flyers, and John Tavares base for the Islanders. Pavel Datsyuk base for the Red Wings. Steven Stamkos base for the Lightning. And for the Chicago Blackhawks, we have a Diamond Tribute of Jonathan Toews. Diamond Tribute Jonathan Toews for the Blackhawks. Paul Coffey for the Oilers and Jordan Eberle for the Oilers. Base cards. 3 packs left here in our second hobby box. Bobby Orr base for the Bruins. Ilya Kovalchuk for the Devils. And we have a Marc-Andre Fleury Metal Universe for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Marc-Andre Fleury Metal Universe. Claude Giroux for the Flyers. Old style Fleer Ultra design. 92-93 3 style, I believe, and base of Jonathan Toews for the Blackhawks. Teemu Selanne, base for the Ducks. Carey Price, Metal Universe for the Montreal Canadiens. Carey Price. Zach Parise for the Minnesota Wild. Old style Ultra Design. Thomas Vanek, base for the Buffalo Sabres, and Nick Backstrom for the Capitals base. And here is our last pack in box number 2. Matt Duchene, base for the Avalanche. Pavel Bure, base for the Canucks. For the Rangers, Henrik Lundqvist, Metal Universe. Henrik Lundqvist. Alexander Ovechkin, Old Style Design for the Capitals. Alex Ovechkin. And base of Marcus Naslund. So that is Hobby Box number 2. Here is Hobby Box number 3. Here we go. Two mini boxes. And here we go with mini box number 1. Packs. And here we go with pack number 1. All right. Base card of Jeff Skinner for the Carolina Hurricanes. Saku Koivu, Metal Universe for the Ducks of Anaheim. Mikko Koivu for the Ducks. Or Saku Koivu, I'm sorry. Steven Stamkos for the Lightning. 92-93 design for Tampa Bay. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, base for the Oilers. And Ray Bourque for the Bruins. Evgeny Malkin, base for the Penguins. Bobby Ryan, base for the Ducks. For the Boston Bruins, a Metal Universe of Ray Bourque. Ray Bourque for the Bruins. Patrice Bergeron for the Bruins. Also, 92-93 design for Boston. Eric Staal, base for the Carolina Hurricanes. Gary Curry, base for the Edmonton Oilers. And we have an EX of Ondrej Pavelec. And this is for the Winnipeg Jets. EX design. Ondrej Pavelec for the Winnipeg Jets. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Old Style Design for the Oilers. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Henrik Lundqvist, base for the Rangers. One pack at a time, please. Hawks traded another member of their Stanley Cup winning team. They said goodbye to Daniel Carbomb Carcillo. Ed Belfour, base for the Hawks. Doug Gilmour, base for the Leafs. And for the Edmonton Oilers, a diamond in tribute of Mark the Moose Messier. So Carcillo is gone. Really did have no use for him. Brandon Bollig is going to take over his role. Brad Marchand for the Boston Bruins. And Braden Holtby for the Capitals. He just became a liability, just took stupid penalties. Rode the pines most of the time, so that is our 5th player from the Stanley Cup winning team this year to be traded or signed elsewhere. Joel Pavelski, base for the Sharks. Grant Fuhrer for the Edmonton Oilers. And an autographics for the New York Islanders of Calvin DeHaan. Calvin DeHaan autographics. So, not as bad as 09-10 when we won the Cup. Not as many players are leaving. And back is for the Blues. Base. For the Flyers, base card of Braden Shen. Marian Hossa for the Chicago Blackhawks. And an autographics of Victor Hedman for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning and Victor Hedman. Anze Kopitar, base for the Kings, and Jerome Agilna for the Flames. Base of Nick Lindstrom for the Detroit Red Wings. Adam Oates for the Boston Bruins. And, well, I hope this is pretty rare. Playmaker, it's covered up by his head. Bobby Orr, 86 out of 100. Playmakers something or another. I can't read what's behind his head there. But Bobby Orr for the Boston Bruins, numbered to 100. 100 for Boston. All right. Old Winnipeg Jets card of Dale Hawerchuk base and Bobby Hall for the Chicago Blackhawks. Well, the Orr is numbered to 100, so it's got some rarity to it. Anything Bobby Orr ain't too shabby to have. Drew Doughty base for the Kings. Dominic Hasek for the Buffalo Sabres. And an autographics of Braden Shen for the Philadelphia Flyers. Braden Shen for the Philadelphia Flyers. Jonas Hiller base for the Ducks. And Joe Sakic base for the Avalanche. Awful quiet in the room here. I don't see anybody chit-chatting. Anybody do anything special this weekend? I tried to make some beef jerky in my electric smoker, and that turned out to be a disaster. Marc-Andre Fleury base for the Penguins. Matt Duchene base for the Avalanche. And for the Senators, a Jason Spezza Flair Showcase Row 2. Yeah, I marinated it and everything, and it, let's just say it's not good. Alexander Burrows for the Vancouver Canucks, old style design. You know what? I got a screwy cat again. Ryan Smith for the Edmonton Oilers. He was a feral cat that I found at work in the rail yard. And believe it or not, he don't eat ham, he don't eat roast beef, he don't eat none of that table food that you would think he would. But he'll eat potato chips, he'll eat pretzels, and lick the juice from the cat food, and that's pretty much about it. For the Vancouver Canucks, Pavel Bure base, Andre Pavelec, Flitter Metal Universe for the Winnipeg Jets. I work for a company that works on railroad property, so I mean, yeah, I guess you can say that. Been in Corey Perry for the Ducks. Sorry about that. Been in the railroad industry since '99 for the Ducks. Anaheim, Marcus Naslund for the Vancouver Canucks, and Thomas Vanek for the Buffalo Sabres. Second mini box of Hobby Box number 3. And another 10 packs of cards. And here we go with pack number 1. For the Devils, base card of Martin Brodeur. Rangers, base of Theo Fleury. And for the Nashville Predators, we got a Pekka Rinne Flair Showcase Row 2. Pekka Rinne. You work for the New York City Transit, Gracie? Erik Karlsson Ultra for the Ottawa Senators. And base of Ron Francis for the Hartford Whalers. 19 years, good for you. Base card of Tuukka Rask for the Boston Bruins. Flair Showcase of Tyler Seguin, Row 2 for the Boston Bruins. And what's this? Pavel Datsyuk for the Detroit Red Wings. Taylor Hall base for the Oilers and Ovechkin base for the Capitals. Brian Trottier for the New York Islanders. Derek Waugh for the Stars. And here is a regular Fleer base card, but it's autographed for the Boston Bruins, Patrice Bergeron. Retro base autograph, Patrice Bergeron for the Boston Bruins. And it's not numbered, sticker autograph, but an autograph nonetheless for the Bruins. Clark Gillies for the Rangers and Phil Kessel base for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Doug Wilson base for the Chicago Blackhawks. Gabriel Landeskog for the Colorado Avalanche. And for the New York Rangers, we have I don't know what it's trying to say in the back. NDYZ boys of Chris Kreider. Die cut. Some kind of insert. Nobody else would probably know how to pronounce it better than me. Come on. For the Rangers. Danny Heatley base for the Wild and Ryan Kessler base for the Canucks. Noise Boys, is that what it's supposed to be? Dave Schultz base for the Philadelphia Flyers. Kerry O'Reilly base for the Bruins and an autographics for the New York Rangers, I believe it looks like, of Ben Ferriero. Pretty sure that's a Rangers jersey there. I don't remember the Islanders having New York spelled out across their chest. What the Rangers do. Patrice Bergeron base for the Bruins and Yager base for the Dallas Stars. For the San Jose Sharks, Logan Couture base. Patrick Kane base for the Hawks, and an autographics for the Carolina Hurricanes of Drayson Bowman. Drayson Bowman, autographics for the Hurricanes. Mark Messier base for the Rangers, and Antti Niemi base for the Sharks. Base of Dustin Brown for the Kings, Erik Karlsson for the Senators, and for the Devils, a Flair Showcase Martin Brodeur. This is a Row 2, Section 0, numbered 142 of 150. 142 of 150 for the Devils. Martin Brodeur. 142 of 150 for the Devils. Base of Burmistrov for the Jets and Carey Price for the Canadians. Next pack. For the St. Louis Blues, base card of Alex Pietrangelo. We have an EX for the Lightning of Steven Stamkos. Steven Stamkos for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Erik Karlsson for the Ottawa Senators. And Rick Nash base for the Rangers. 2 packs to go in Hobby Box number 3 in the halfway point in the break. Shane Doan base for the Oats. For the Flyers, Eric Lindros Metal Universe. Eric Lindros. Anze Kopitar for the LA Kings. Chris Stewart base for the St. Louis Blues, and Brett Hall base for the St. Louis Blues. Stephen Weiss for the Florida Panthers base. Mikey Modano for the Minnesota North Stars base. And for the Penguins, Evgeny Malkin, Metal Universe. Malkin for Pittsburgh. Jonathan Toews, 92-93 design for the Blackhawks. And base of Cam Neely for the Boston Bruins. All right, Hobby Box number 3 is done. And going into box number 4. Here we go. Two minis. Let's go with mini box number 1. Empty. Here we go, pack number 1. Teemu Selanne base for the Ducks. Bobby Orr base for the Bruins. Jaromir Jagr Metal Universe for the Dallas Stars. Jagr. And Patrick Kane for the Chicago Blackhawks. We got Nick Backstrom base for the Capitals. Ilya Kovalchuk base for the Devils. For the Blackhawks, a Metal Universe of Patrick Kane. The Kaner. Logan Couture for the San Jose Sharks. Old style design. Base of Jonathan Toews for the Hawks and Paul Coffey for the Oilers. Pavel Datsyuk base again for the Detroit Red Wings. Steven Stamkos base for the Lightning. And for the LA Kings, Wayne Gretzky Metal Universe of the Great One. Erik Karlsson for the Ottawa Senators. Jordan Eberle base for the Oilers. Mario Lemieux, base for the Penguins. Pecorine, base for the Preds. And Intimidation Nation of Dave Tiger Schultz for the Philadelphia Flyers. Intimidation Nation for the Flyers. Eric Lindros, base for the Flyers. And John Tavares, base for the Islanders. Alexander Burrows, base for the Canucks. Matt Sundin for the Leafs. And an autograph of Andrei Markov for the Montreal Canadiens. Andrei Markov for the Canadiens. I wasn't planning on it because the break is so small. It's not like there's a ton of hits to go through. Crosby for the Penguins base. Got somebody on Justin TV asking if I'm going to shoot a recap video, which I usually do on the larger cases for people that don't want to sit through an hour and a half long video. PK Subban for the Canadiens base, Johan Franzen for the Red Wings, and an autograph for the Nashville Predators of Craig Smith. Craig Smith for the Preds. Curtis Joseph for the Blues, and Lars Eller for the Montreal Canadiens. Dion Phaneuf base for the Leafs. Gabrick for the Rangers. Ooh, and a blue Precious Metal Gems for the LA Kings of Drew Doughty. 14 of 50. 14 of 50, Drew Doughty for the LA Kings. Evander Kane for the Jets base. Trevor Linden base for the Canucks. Base of Wayne Gretzky for the Edmonton Oilers. Brad Richards for the Rangers. And for the San Jose Sharks, we got an autograph of Logan Couture. Old style Flair base design, but autograph for the Sharks, Logan Couture. Ryan Getzlaf base for the Ducks, and Luc Robitaille base for the LA Kings. Jean Beliveau base for the Canadiens. And for the Washington Capitals, Alexander Ovechkin Flair Showcase, Row 2, Section 1. Ovechkin for the Capitals. Jaden Schwartz for the St. Louis Blues. Jaden Schwartz. Jamie Benn base for the Dallas Stars, and Bobby Clark for the Philadelphia Flyers. Our last pack in the first mini box. Stephen Weiss base for the Florida Panthers. Mikey Modano base for the Minnesota North Stars. And a Flair Showcase of Mikko Koivu for the for the Minnesota Wild. Section 2, Row 1. Section 2, Row 1 for the Minnesota Wild. Marc-Andre Fleury for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Cam Neely base for the Boston Bruins. And mini box number 2. Here we go, pack number 1. Doug Wilson base for the Chicago Blackhawks. Gabriel Landeskog for the Colorado Avalanche. And an autographics for the Pittsburgh Penguins of Cal O'Reilly. Cal O'Reilly for the Penguins. Jaromir Jagr for the Dallas Stars, and Danny Heatley for the Minnesota Wild. Brian Trottier for the New York Islanders. Derek Waugh for the Dallas Stars. And a Precious Metal Gems green. Marc-Andre Fleury for the Pittsburgh Penguins. 2 of 10. 2 of 10. Focus. Don't want to focus. 2 of 10. Green Precious Metal Gems for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Marc-Andre Fleury. Take it easy, Gracie. Ryan Kesler, base for the Canucks. And Clark Gillies for the Islanders base. For the Bruins, base of Tuukka Rask. Martin Brodeur for the Devils. And an autograph for the Washington Capitals of Carlson. Can't make out the first. John Carlson. All right. It's hard to see on the back where they have the design covering the first part of his name, but John Carlson there on the front for the Washington Capitals. Base of Ryan Kesler for the Leafs and Taylor Hall for the Edmonton Oilers. Base of Theo Fleury for the Rangers. Jeff Skinner for the Hurricanes. And for the Ottawa Senators, Erik Karlsson. Row 2, Section 1, Fleer Showcase for the Senators. Steven Stamkos for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And base of Alexander Ovechkin for the Capitals. Base of Evgeny Malkin for the Pittsburgh Penguins. For the Boston Bruins, Flair Showcase of Patrice Bergeron. Row 2, Section 1 for the Bees. Sven Baertschi for the Calgary Flames. Sven Baertschi for the Flames. Ron Francis base for the Whalers, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for the Edmonton Oilers. Shane Doan base for the Phoenix Coyotes. A Henrik Sedin Metal Universe for the Vancouver Canucks. Jamie Benn for the Dallas Stars. Chris Stewart base for the St. Louis Blues, and Brett Hull base for the St. Louis Blues. Alex Pietrangelo base for the St. Louis Blues. Dustin Brown for the Kings. And for the Canadians, PK Subban. Metal Universe. PK Subban. Rick Nash for the New York Rangers. Old school design. Rick Nash again for the Rangers of retro base. Base of Erik Karlsson for the Senators. Here we have an EX of Henrik Lundqvist for the Rangers. Henrik Lundqvist EX for the Rangers. Chris Kreider for the Rangers. Old school design there. Chris Kreider for the Rangers. And Alexander Burmistrov for the Jets. Logan Couture for the San Jose Sharks. Patrick Kane for the Chicago Blackhawks. And a Precious Metal Gems red of Jerome Iginla for the Calgary Flames, numbered 50 of 100. 50 of 100 Iginla for the Flames. Carey Price base for the Canadiens and the Moose for the Rangers. Last pack for hobby box number 4. Dave Schultz for the Flyers. Terry O'Reilly for the Bruins. And a Casey Cizikas Rookie Sensations autograph for the New York Islanders. For the Islanders. Antti Niemi base for the Sharks and Patrice Bergeron base for the Bruins. All right, box number 5. Box number 5. Two minis. We go with mini box number 1. Packs. Here we go with pack number 1. Base of Matt Duchene for the Colorado Avalanche. Pavel Bure for the Vancouver Canucks. And a Metal Universe of Patrick Waugh for the Montreal Canadiens. Taylor Hall for the Edmonton Oilers. Marcus Naslund base for the Canucks. Marc-Andre Fleury base for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And for the New York Rangers, Chris Kreider, Row 2, Section 1, Flair Showcase. Chris Kreider. Theo Fleury for the Calgary Flames. And base of Sakic for the Avalanche and Ryan Smith for the Oilers. Drew Doughty for the LA Kings. Dominic Hasek for the Buffalo Sabres. And an autographics for the Washington Capitals of Alex Ovechkin. Alexander Ovechkin for the Washington Capitals. And Bobby Hull base for the Blackhawks and Jonas Hiller for the Ducks. Nick Lindstrom base for the Detroit Red Wings. Adam Oates for the Boston Bruins. And for the St. Louis Blues, Jaden Schwartz. Legacy, Row 2, Section 0, number 20 of 150. 20 of 150 for the Blues. And base of Jerome McGillivray for the Flames, and Howard Chuck for the old Winnipeg Jets. Braden Shen base for the Flyers. Marian Hossa for the Hawks. For the Islanders, an autographics of Josh Bailey. Josh Bailey autographics for the Islanders. David Backes base for the Blues, and Anze Kopitar for the Kings. For the San Jose Sharks, Joe Pavelski base. Grant Fuhr base for the Edmonton Oilers. And an autographics for the San Jose Sharks of Tommy Wingels. Tommy Wingels for the Sharks. Base of Braden Holtby for the Capitals, and Jason Spezza for the Senators. Base of Ed Belfour for the Chicago Blackhawks. Dougie Gilmour for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And a Precious Metal Gems for the Predators of Pekka Rinne. This is red, 55 of 100. 55 of 100, Pekka Rinne for the Predators. You got your usual Ducks inserts. Lundqvist base for the Rangers, and Marchand base for the Bruins. Other than that, I really don't remember Dodgers thing. Thanks for coming on in. Yari Curry base for the Edmonton Oilers. For the Calgary Flames, a Sven Berchi EX design. For the Flames, Sven Berchi. Taylor Hall for the Edmonton Oilers. Base of Eric Stahl. Bobby Ryan base for the Ducks. Drew Doughty Metal Universe for the LA Kings. Drew Doughty. Shane Doan for the Phoenix Coyotes. Old design. Shane Doan. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for the Oilers base, and Ray Bourque base for the Boston Bruins. And last pack, in the first mini box, we got a Jeff Skinner base for the Hurricanes, Venge Malkin base for the Penguins, and Pekka Rinne Metal Universe for the Predators. Pekka Rinne. Adam Larson for the New Jersey Devils. And a base of Ron Francis for the Hartford Whalers. All right, here we go with mini box number 2 of box number 5. Empty and empty. And here we go with pack number 1. Teemu Selanne base for the Ducks. Chris Kreider Metal Universe for the Rangers. Chris Kreider for the Rangers. Alex Pietrangelo for the St. Louis Blues. Pietrangelo. Base of Thomas Vanek for the Sabres, and Nicholas Backstrom for the Washington Capitals. Bobby Orr base for the Boston Bruins. Fantastic. Sorry I knocked the camera over. Jordan Eberle for the Edmonton Oilers. That's why we have two cameras going, and Jonathan Toews for the Chicago Blackhawks. Now don't forget, the same view that everybody is watching on Justin TV right now is automatically recorded to my Justin TV channel. Pavel Datsyuk for the Red Wings, and for the Vancouver Canucks, Pavel Bure EX Design. Bure for the Canucks. So you can always watch two different camera angles for every break. The one from Justin TV and the one that you see right here that's going to be on YouTube. Patrice Bergeron for the Boston Bruins. You can match up the videos to make sure that everything is legit. The base card of coffee for the Oilers. Steven Stamkos for the Tampa Bay Lightning base. Mario Lemieux for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And what's this? For the Toronto Maple Leafs, we have a Hot Shots of Dion Phaneuf. Dion Phaneuf Hot Shots for the Leafs. Jordan Eberle base for the Oilers, and Lindros base for the Flyers. Pekka Rinne base for the Nashville Predators. Alexander Burrows for the Canucks, and an autographics for the Winnipeg Jets of Carl Klingberg. Carl Klingberg for the Winnipeg Jets. John Tavares base for the Islanders, and Jonathan Quick for the LA Kings. All right, Aaron, take care. Thanks for stopping in. Base of Matt Sundin for the Toronto Maple Leafs, PK Subban for the Canadiens, and an autographics for the Toronto Maple Leafs of Michael Pekka. Michael Pekka for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Crosby base for the Penguins, and Joseph base for the Blues. Johan Franzen base for the Red Wings. And here we got a purple or a pinkish EX for the Edmonton Oilers, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And this is numbered 24 of 40. 24 of 40 for the Edmonton Oilers, the Nuge. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and 24 of 40. Lars Eller base for the Canadiens, and Evander Kane for the Jets. For the Leafs, Dion Phaneuf, Marian Gaborik for the Rangers, and a base autograph for the Florida Panthers of Stephen Weiss. Retro base card autograph, Stephen Weiss for the Panthers. Trevor Linden base for the Canucks, and Getzlaf for the Ducks. Wayne Gretzky base for the Edmonton Oilers. Brad Richards for the Rangers. And for the Edmonton Oilers, a Jordan Eberle Row 2 Section 1 Flair Showcase. Jordan Eberle. Tyler Seguin, formerly of the Boston Bruins. Tyler Seguin. And Luc Robitaille base for the Kings. All right, the last pack in the hobby box, number 5. Jean Beliveau base for the Canadiens. For the Detroit Red Wings, a Nicholas Lindstrom Row 2 Section 1 Flair Showcase. For the Montreal Canadiens, Carey Price. Carey Price for the Canadiens. Jamie Benn base for the Dallas Stars, and Bobby Clark for the Philadelphia Flyers. All right, we're moving into our last hobby box. Box number 6. Box number 6, and here we go. Two minis. We'll get into mini box number 1. There we go. All right. Pack number 1 out of the last and final hobby box. For the Rangers, Brad Richards base card. Jean Beliveau for the Canadiens, and Dominic Hasek Metal Universe for the Buffalo Sabres. And for the LA Kings, Jonathan Quick for the LA Kings. Jamie Benn base for the Dallas Stars. Stephen Weiss for the Florida Panthers. For the Boston Bruins, a Metal Universe of Tyler Seguin. For the Edmonton Oilers, Taylor Hall. Bobby Clark base for the Flyers, and Cam Neely base for the Bruins. Mike Modano base for the Minnesota North Stars. An EX of Jeff Skinner for the Carolina Hurricanes. Jeff Skinner. Jordan Eberle for the Edmonton Oilers. And Chris Stewart base for the St. Louis Blues. Base card of Shane Doan for the Phoenix Coyotes. Alex Pietrangelo for the St. Louis Blues. And we have another Hot Shots of Chris Letang for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Chris Letang for the Penguins. Brett Hull for the St. Louis Blues, and Rick Nash for the Rangers. Dustin Brown for the LA Kings. Erik Karlsson for the Senators, and an autographics for the Minnesota Wild of Justin Falk. Justin Falk for the Wild. Burmistrov base for the Jets, and Carey Price for the Canadiens. Logan Couture base for the San Jose Sharks. Patrick Kane for the Chicago Blackhawks, and an autographics for the Detroit Red Wings of Valtteri Filppula for the Red Wings. Valtteri Filppula. Mark Messier for the Rangers, and Antti Niemi for the Sharks. Dave Schultz for the Philadelphia Flyers. Terry O'Reilly for the Bruins, and a Precious Metal Gems red of Patrick Waugh for the Montreal Canadiens, numbered 53 of 100. 53 of 100. Carey Price for the Canadiens. Patrice Bergeron on base for the Bruins, and Yager for the Dallas Stars. Doug Wilson for the Chicago Blackhawks. Gabriel Landeskog for the Avalanche. John Tavares. Oh, almost missed that one. John Tavares autograph Fleer Retro base card for the New York Islanders. John Tavares auto for the Islanders. Danny Heatley base for the Wild, and Kessler for the Canucks. 2 packs to go in the first mini box out of hobby box number 6. Brian Trottier for the Islanders. Flair Showcase for the Red Wings. Pavel Datsyuk, row 2, section 1. Datsyuk for the Red Wings. Joe Pavelski for the San Jose Sharks. Clark Gillies base for the Islanders, and Kessel for the Leafs. Derek Law for the Dallas Stars. Tuukka Rask for the Bruins, and for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Mario Lemieux. And this is a row 2, section 1 Flair Showcase. Mario Lemieux. Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sidney Crosby. And Taylor Hall base for the Oilers in our last and final mini box. Ten packs. And here we go. Pack number 1. Don't forget, those of you that are in this break, stick around. Let's play a little trivia, deal or no deal. Chance to pick up some extra cards at the end of this break here on Justin TV. Martin Brodeur base for the Devils. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, a Matt Sundin Metal Universe. Answer a trivia question correctly, be the first one, get an extra pick in the game. Joel Pavelski for the San Jose Sharks. So it pays to register with Justin TV to be able to use the chat feature to get in on it. Ovechkin base for the Capitals, and Francis for the Whalers. Next pack. Theo Fleury base for the Rangers. Jeff Skinner base for the Hurricanes. And for the Flyers, Claude Giroux. Claude Giroux for the Flyers. Martin St. Louis for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Martin St. Louis for the Lightning. And a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins base for the Oilers. Base of Evgeny Malkin for the Pittsburgh Penguins. For the Montreal Canadiens, a Carey Price EX. Carey Price. And behind him, Marian Gaborik for the New York Rangers. Marian Gaborik. Ray Bourque, base for the Boston Bruins. Bobby Ryan for the Ducks. Yari Curry for the Oilers, and for the Washington Capitals, Alexander Ovechkin. Flair Showcase Legacy, Row 2, Section 0, 53 of 150. 50 Ovechkin for the Capitals. Eric Stahl base for the Canes, and Lundqvist base for the Rangers. Ed Belfour base for the Chicago Blackhawks. Dougie Gilmour for the Leafs. An autographics for the Leafs of Jake Gardiner. Gardiner for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Brad Marchand base for the Bruins, and Holtby base for the Capitals. Base of Pavelski for the Sharks. Grant Fuhr for the Edmonton Oilers, and an autographics for the Predators of Jonathan Blum. Jonathan Blum autographics. Jason Spezza base for the Senators, and David Backes for the Blues. Braden Shen base for the Flyers. Hossa base for the Hawks. And for the Edmonton Oilers, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins electrifying insert. Not numbered anywhere on the card, but electrifying of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Anze Kopitar for the Kings, and Iginla for the Flames. Three packs to go, including this one. Nick Lindstrom base for the Red Wings. Adam Oates for the Bruins. And an autographics for the Pittsburgh Penguins of Chris Nunitz? Caddyshack for the Penguins. Dale Hawerchuk base for the old Winnipeg Jets, and Bobby Hull for the Blackhawks. Down to our last two packs. Drew Doughty base for the LA Kings. Dominic Hasek for the Buffalo Sabres. And for the Philadelphia Flyers, Flair Showcase, Claude Giroux, Row 2, Section 1. Row 2, Section 1, Giroux. Jordan Eberle for the Edmonton Oilers. Jordan Eberle. And a Jonas Hiller base for the Ducks. And our very last pack in break number 130. And we got a Marc-Andre Fleury base for the Penguins. We got a Flair Showcase, Gabriel Landeskog, Row 2, Section 1. Row 2, Section 1 of Landeskog. Sidney Crosby behind him for the Pens. Joe Sakic for the Colorado Avalanche base, and Ryan Smith base for the Edmonton Oilers. That takes care of the recorded video for break number 130, which will be uploading to YouTube shortly. It'll be several hours to get it up there. I don't know why I'm telling you this now. But anyway, don't know what's going to be broken next week. Stay tuned. I send out an email once a week to your registered PayPal email address. We'll let you know what breaks I got going on and keep track of the monthly and yearly prize leaders. Hope to see you all again very soon for my next case break. Until then, thank you very much and take care.